Hello. First of all, I'm going to start off by defining a couple of words. What is a frequency? It is the number of occurrences of a repeating event per unit of time. What is a vibration? It is a mechanical phenomenon where oscillations occur about an equilibrium point. We as humans have our own unique vibration centered around our heart, and we emit our frequency, which is how high or low and the speed our vibrations are. We, like our Earth, are transreceivers. We can project our energies out or absorb energies in. This photo shows 7 different levels of our energy fields. If we were to go down on a subterrestrial level, we would find our technological system creating pure elements and emitting vibrations. I used this diagram to show how the underworld is connected through various technologies and paths that carry these signals. Everything you see around you is vibrating at one frequency or another. Our brain resonates with and amplifies these signals. This is why it is essential to live in ways that are attuned to the earth and as free from man-made electromagnetic pollution as much as possible. The earth is also a receiver of signals, which directs our biological process and spiritual evolution. The earth absorbs and radiates the cosmic information it receives and sends outward in a series of signals. We receive these signals via our spinal columns and our cranial structures, which can be thought of as our own vertical antenna system. The brain is the capstone to this antenna. It receives the signals and resends to the pineal gland, where it is then transmitted to direct the pituitary gland. These signals are further distributed to the rest of the body. Signals in nature breathe and flow at their own unique vibration. The Earth gives a resonance frequency of 7.83 Hz. This frequency and higher resonance modes of 14, 20, 26, and 32 Hz are called the Schumann resonance. Only man-made signals are well-defined wave frequencies. It is possible to alter the brain with these man-made generated signals in a matter of seconds, but it is at a cost. We are not intended to function at one specific frequency. Exposing ourselves to artificially generated frequencies for extended periods is very dangerous. It can create deterioration, disease, and mental, emotional, and physical disharmony. Most importantly, it can keep us from receiving the signals sent from our Mother Earth and our Creator. These are the intelligence that are responsible for our awakenings. Now that we do know what's going on below and how it's connected to the above, it is more important now than ever to be attuned with the earth and the natural cycles that do occur, and as well as how they affect our mind, body, and spirits. People living in dense man-made EMF frequencies, such as the power grids, cell phones, cell phone microwave towers, TVs, etc., will have extreme difficulty being receptive to natural solar and other planetary energies and their cycles that affect our conscience, evolution, and health. This is due to the fact that communication occurs via light, electrons, and protons, which is easily distributed by external man-made frequencies. There are also other additional factors that help or hinder our ascension and connection with this communication, such as the quality and purity of our waters, the foods we eat, the exercise we give our bodies, the air we breathe. Man-made electromagnetic radiation can cause everything from brain cell DNA damage to disorders in health, mood, emotional stability, and our behaviors. Now we'll talk about ELF waves. Those are extremely low frequencies ranging from 3 to 30 hertz. ELF waves are very low. They can travel completely around the Earth's mechanism several times before they fade out, and thus waves coming from the opposite direction in the Great Path interfere with each other. When these are directed in certain directions, the waves collide and large Earth events occur. It's quite disturbing if you ask me. In other words, Earth acts as a huge resonator, enhancing the ELF wave signals. Lightning strikes excite these signals as well, causing the Earth to ring like a bell. Naturally occurring ELF waves are present on Earth, residing in the regions between the ionosphere and the surface seen in lightning strikes, that make electrons in the atmosphere oscillate. Though VLF signals are the dominant frequency generated from lightning discharges, it's also found that ELF waves followed the VLF wave in almost all cases. External ELF magnetic fields induce electric fields and currents in the body, which at very high field strengths can cause nerve and muscle stimulation and changes in our nerve cells and excitability in the central nervous system. Some tests were done, and the health effects related to this experiment was said to create an annoying tingling sensation in the areas of the body in contact with clothing, particularly the arms, due to the induction of a surface charge by the ELF wave. 7% of these test subjects described the spark discharges as painful, where they were well insulated and were touching a grounded object. 50% of the total subjects described a similar spark discharge. There are certainties regarding correlations between long-term, low-level exposure to ELF fields and a number of health effects, one including the rise in leukemia in children. This is something the professionals would never admit to be true. The next thing that we'll talk about is a hypothetical note. It's called the Brown note. It's an infrasonic frequency that supposedly causes humans to lose control of their bowels. Attempts to demonstrate this have failed. However, the frequencies that would be involved are between 5 and 9 hertz, which is well below the lowest frequency limit of human hearing. High-power sound waves below 20 hertz are felt in the body and not heard as a sound. Very high power levels of frequencies of 2 to 3 hertz were tested, and test subjects suffered motor ataxia, nausea, visual disturbance, degraded task performance, and difficulty in communication. It's very important for the public to be aware and educated about ELF fields. There's such a widespread use of electrical power that's ranging between 50 and 60 hertz in most countries, as well as the HARP agenda and weather stations that are placed about. Another thing is the heavy metals from chemtrails. They also add to these effects because they bind the proteins with tissues and organs. Static magnetic fields, as well as microwave radiation emitted from mobile phones, may be aiding in increasing concentration of dissolved mercury in our saliva as well. And this is just a few examples of how these man-made frequencies do indeed affect us. This shows me how we are connected to our Mother Earth. We receive the signals as they transmit through the underworld, and when the energies are unharmonious to our bodies, we suffer mentally, physically, and emotionally. This is the agenda. It is to break us down, control us, and slowly kill us after draining all of our life energy from us. The way we fix it is we attune with our Earth and demonstrate in our areas to stop the transmission of these inharmonious frequencies. We stop the fracking of our Earth, and we learn the technological side of our Earth system and how to attune with the natural energies all around you and use it towards a better tomorrow. And don't forget, share the knowledge. That's about all I have. Have a good day.